Welcome to the Power of Music podcast, brought to you by JM International. Get ready to explore conversations with those making a difference through music.
Hello, and welcome everyone to the JM Jeunesse Musicale podcast, a global network of NGOs that empowers young people through music across all boundaries. JMI is currently working on DigiBazaar with the aim of supporting the music sector in the process of digital transformation and bridging the technology knowledge gap. Today we are in Barcelona, Spain, interviewing people that are trying to make a difference through music by connecting music and technology. My name is Ricardo, and I'll be your host, and for this episode, I'm joined by José Zagazeta. Originally from Peru, he moved to Spain and became a serial entrepreneur within the music industry. He is co-founder of Sonosuite and La Cúpula Música, both companies dedicated to bring innovation to the music industry. He's also the initiator of the Barcelona Music Tech Hub. Thank you so much for joining, José. Please, can you tell us a bit, what has been your journey into music?
Well, thank you to having me.
Of course.
Today. It's a pleasure. Well, my journey into the music started when I was young, really, with 19 years old. I was born in Lima, Peru, South America. I came here to study at the university. I was studying telecommunications in January, especially of equipments, electronic equipments, audio, amplifiers, and all of this stuff. Well, I came here, and I remember when I came, I was without papers. I was undocumented, as many people. And I remember that was very difficult to find a job as a student. So I started to work in a venue with concerts, as a waiter, with that. So this is my first touch point with professionally with music.
Nice.
When I was 15 years old, in my country, I learned to play the guitar by myself, and I wanted to create a band with my friends. But it doesn't happen there. But here, I start with that, and then the time passed. And I realized that I started to connect with a lot of musicians, with managers, and with some friends. We start some parties, I remember, on weekends. I will launch one electronic club called Movie Disco. I'm talking about 1997. And we were doing breakbeat nights in Barcelona.
Nice.
The point is that in this journey, I started to know a lot of DJs. I remember we started also to connect with other people in the industry, people from the founders of Sonar Festivals, for example. At this time, they have been very active in booking DJs, artists. And I remember that we did a live act from Björk presenting their homogenic album.
Wow.
So she did at Movie Disco Club.
Wow.
Yes.
Big fan of Björk.
Yeah. So just to let you know what happened. From this point, I remember I was the guy with, on the tech side, seeing what will be happening with technology. I remember at the university connecting with Gopher servers. It was pre-internet era, but I was there. And I remember in 1999, I launched a website that was you can listen independent music, and you can buy your album, so you ask to buy, and then the postman take your album, you pay them, and they take the money. I'm talking about 1999.
Wow.
So one feed with that. And then I launched a record label. I launched a music publishing company. So I enter in all this right thing, start to studying about rights. Then for 2 years, I become friends of different DJs. Also, I work with Howie B. Was a very known producer in the last 90s. And I was booking him for 2 years in the whole Spain. No? So become a booking agent. Mm-hmm. So I was basically wearing different hats of the music industry. And in 2005, with the Dutch guy, Martin Van Wijk, we co-founded the first aggregator, typical Spanish aggregator. Mm-hmm. So this is basically my history in music.
It's quite a story. And it was not planned, right? It's just kind of, you went with the flow?
Flowing. And music is you connect with other people. It's something magic that happens. And these connections take you to other connections. Everything related with, good vibe. I remember how we also produced one independent artist. He's still working, a Catalan artist. His name is Carlos San. And he came here, we recorded in a recording studio. It doesn't exist anymore, this studio, but so we invited one friend, Trevor Moraes. He said, hey, just to play some drums in one of the songs, no? Mm-hmm. We have a very good connection. We really don't know who was Trevor Moraes, but he was also a very known producer, owner of the El Cortijo Studios in Málaga, in la Sierra Ronda. Björk was recording there, Maria Carey also, and big artists. And he invited us to record the second part of the recording of this album that we were recording to these fantastic luxury studios. We were flying. And all of this has been just connections, vibe, this mystery, magical flowing of music.
So basically, you follow the course of music.
Yeah.
Wow. And this aggregator, the distribution company you built, what happened with that?
Well, it's still alive. At the beginning, yes, from this exercise, at the beginning, I remember I need to talk with artists to say, no, you need to put your music here on this platform. What is this? It was the beginning, basically. So at the beginning, it was very difficult to survive, but we did it. We bootstrapped the company, basically. And then from all the learn that we had, from that we start to invite the first white label digital distribution. So we start a spin-off that right now is another company called SonoSuite, which is a white label distribution working with 350 aggregators worldwide. We thought about that the same problem that we were facing here in Spain at the beginning. In the future, emerging countries, emerging markets will have the same. As I said, I came from Lima, Peru. There is a kind of music that nobody knows about that, but it's the Afro-Peruvian music, for example. The cajon flamenco, do you know, this instrument came from el cajon peruano. This is, Paco de Lucia took it from this and import here to the flamenco in Spain. The point is that we could be able to think about in the future that all the locals will need their own distribution. Take out from the big companies and give it to the local communities to empower the communities, the musicians. So with this vision, we start this white label strategy, and it works. SonoSuite became a medium company, and the point is that after the pandemic, we saw a lot of competition. So the market follow our vision, and this is the more payoff that we have, the vision that we have today. So this is what happening from the initial idea of local music. Now still working in Spain and Latin America. They distribute about 30,000 artists, but it's not a big distribution company, you know. But yes, this is what we could be able to create. No? And the most powerful thing is that we have done with SonoSuite, the other company, the possibility to local communities to take control of the value chain in the distribution side. They have the power to connect it. And this is what we have done. And this is not stopping there. I have been more active from some months ago to now. I have been pushing an association in Barcelona, a non-profit association called Barcelona Music Tech Hub, which is the need to connect all the companies in the music tech domain to behave with to share some kind of resources, you know, to help to improve innovation, fostering innovation between synergies, explore synergies between them, make a cohesion between all the members. Really, the music tech domain is an invisible entity. The government, they didn't know that this exists. Okay, so we need to work towards an evangelization to let them know that there is a value-added sector, which is called music tech, very with a lot of actors. You know, from the music tech is wide and comprises, for example, when you the creation of instruments, tools, the way how you manage all these music and catalogs, everything related to rights management, how you distribute it, no, big data, and now also how you consume music, and also the future. No? So it's a very wide domain. And another thing that we're doing in the association is to try to attract talent, also other companies in the music tech domain that would like to land in Barcelona, okay, and also attract investment, but specific investment capital, no, to music tech companies. This is what we are working.
That's a wonderful project as well, a big project. I want to ask a question about something you said a bit earlier about kicking the value chain and giving the power back to the local musicians. I think JMI is all about empowering young people through music, and I think a big aspect of that is also trying to give the power back to local musicians. Why is that so specifically important to you?
Had to be with the purpose, no?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel connected with music from, as I told you, from early years in my life. Then, later in my life, I realized that my grandfather, for example, he was used to play the guitar, and I didn't know it. I didn't have the time to spend with him. Okay, he died when I was very young, but I got some knowledge in my ADN or something because I learned to play by myself. At this time, were not YouTube or any tools to help you to play an instrument. So I didn't know that I have that. So my connection with music is that. And then when I was here as a young guy trying to survive, this connection with music gave me the possibility to basically to dream, no? And in one moment, I realized the power of music. And for me, we are right now just in the surface of the true power of music, which is something, I don't know, very profound and very powerful. No? So I advise, I think, I dream of maybe I'm an utopist in this way, but we can change, we can transform entire society with music. This is what I really feel.
Yeah, and I feel that too. One of the biggest projects that JMI does is a program called Ethno. And Ethno is it's a pedagogical exchange program for musicians. And what they do is they bring people from all over the world with their traditional musical heritage. So maybe an Indian playing an Indian percussion instrument and a Peruvian playing a Peruvian traditional instrument. And they bring them together and they teach each other the songs from their local traditions. So there's a group of people, young people, one from India, one from New Zealand, one from Netherlands, one from Peru, playing a Peruvian song. If you witness that, you believe in the power of music, and you will not.
Beautiful. I remember early, I don't know, I'm talking about 10 years ago, with La Cúpula Music, we were launching some kind of compilations program to support different social initiative. I remember one specific calls Escolas for Nicaragua. And it was an association that with the proceeds of the music, they are able to construct schools for poverty child in Nicaragua. And we were, with La Cúpula Music, creating compilations, no, and giving the 100% of all their to this. And it was amazing. Those compilations still are still in generating, their thing. But we start also to do other kinds of initiative, no, in this scale, and we saw that you can do thousands of these kind of initiatives, no, because people can see, videos or hear music for free, and with that, just support any social cause worldwide, everywhere. So this is something that motivates us.
You know what really makes me happy is that I think a lot of people, okay, I'm generalizing a bit, but I think some people think tech, they think big company, big money. How is that going to help the little artist? And I think this narrative is also a bit, well, maybe a bit true in the sense that there was this bubble of a lot of tech companies like Spotify that came in and trying to rescue the music industry, but they were tech people, not music people. And I see from you, you are a music person first, and then you see the possibilities of tech. So can you tell me a bit about the Barcelona Music Tech Hub, and or do you hope that that is a shared vision?
Yes, first, I can say that, well, talking about music is talking about technology, because the whole history, technology has been related with the evolution of the music business, okay? Any new technology that appears was adopted by the music industry, let's say, and evolved from that. Yes, we are right now in this paradigm about the companies. Every company needs a fit in the technology to survive, okay? But in the digital era that we are right now, we start this at the beginning of the century, 1999, with the appearance of Napster that disrupted the whole company. And all of this has been small companies, and this is happening always. This has been the same. It's just a small group of people, the ones that would like to, to give some answer to the demands of the market, let's say. But then what happened? The big companies, the incumbents, the majors like that, they are there. to start to eat all these small companies. Okay? This is happening. This will continue to happen. Okay, but in the meantime, there is an evolution. And right now, with all Web3, all this is okay. The music business was in trouble and was rescued by Spotify, let's say, the streaming era. But at the end, yes, they generate value for them and for the investors, but not for the artists. And this have to change, because at the end, there is one guy creating their lyrics, their feelings, and their 2 or 3 rhythms, and connecting with that, with real emotions. And this could help another guy in another side of the globe, just to support some social cause, for example. So this has been disrupting all the time. Right now we're in another era to change all this more on a fairly, with a more fair focus. This is evolving and will continue to evolve. And with the Barcelona Music Tech Hub, we are opening the door to all these new ideas. Also, there are established companies already working, but they also wanted to support these new companies. So our point is to put together big companies, medium companies, small companies, students, people from the industry that are suffering right now a lot of problems, because with this change of paradigm to the digital world where we are, there have been like a snowball growing with a lot of problems. And those problems are not solved right now. New companies, new technologies would like to solve that. And we are on this. In the Barcelona Music Tech Hub, we are open to generate and foster this innovation between all of these actors.
And if you look at the ever-emerging landscape of technology, what are you most excited about?
Well, I'm very excited about everything related with AI, for sure. The exponential growth that is getting, and how this technology could be able to help small companies, to able to create new product features, to test it in the market with, let's say that this will help to reduce barriers. Right now, if you wanted to put some features, you need to hire engineers, you need to put a lot of stuff, and this costs. So you need to basically go back to the investors and enter in this game, no? But I can see that open source AI technology will reduce these barriers to help small companies to not maybe be able to go this game, through this game. Mm-hmm. So this is something that excites me.
So it levels the playing field.
Exactly.
And if we are a bit less optimistic, because I feel you're a very optimistic person, what do you think is a big threat related right now to AI or other music tech? Or
the capacity to the AI to generate creativity that was supposed only as a human capacity. So this put a very question mark in the table. The point is how we regulate this, how we create first the ethics to put boundaries on the evolution. This is one of the first things that we need to do. And then, it's like two side. You could have this optimistic thing, but also you could be aware of, hey, what will happen with everything related with rights, related to creativity. I think rights should evolve and adapt in some way to this new paradigm, but protecting the human factor. This is my point.
I think another less concrete and more abstract problem that I also see is that for a lot of young musicians, but also older musicians and cultural leaders, people that work within music NGOs, there's an ever-growing knowledge gap because technology is moving so fast that it might seem particularly daunting to have to keep up with everything. How do you feel about this ever-growing knowledge gap, and what would you advise to these people? Like, how do you stay up to date?
This is something also that could be amplified with social networks, also with a lot of misinformation, a lot of fake information that you could believe. So there's a lot of fear in this ecosystem. My point is that any new technology, you should think about like a tool. It's a new tool. Let's use it. In some ways, what I will say is people that don't have the right skills to play an instrument or to create good music, let's say, they will have a tool to help them to do that. So there will be more music on the ecosystem. Fantastic. That's good to be more music. But how this technology right now evolve? In some ways they said, there will be some kind of uniformization of this kind of music because they have been trained with these assets, and then they could not be able to think about new things. I don't know. The emotion, it's what we can feel, no? Just playing a guitar or an instrument, it's human. And this is the power that we have. And I think they should think it as a tool, no? Just a tool to help them to improve, to explore also the human-machine binomium, no? But it's like this has been happening in the music. The instrument have been evolving. There are a lot of AI in the music industry for many years ago. It's not something new, but I think you should take it like a new tool to help you to cross and open a new boundary. But the most important thing is the emotion, the feelings, the essence of what we are.
I always think that AI, kind of by definition, has to reduce music to, like kind of the single elements, the underlying structure, and copy that. But music is not that. I mean, it's an element of music, but music is emotion. Also, music is culture. It has an entire rich cultural history per each region. And I think personally, but maybe I'm optimist, that you can't copy that with just a learning system that just looks at previous data and just generates something. I just don't think it works like that.
Exactly. For me, I think the same. I think you could use it as a tool, no? Some elements that could help you to, okay, now I'm putting this, or helping me to do something, but the AI, they are not intelligent. They are not intelligent, So you put it in a sunset day, look in the stars. Then what nature, what you can see from that, the feelings that you can get from that, AI will not be able to reproduce, at least in this era.
Yeah. And as a young musician or young cultural organizer, what is the most concrete benefit of AI at this moment? Is it with the music, or is it more in the field of like image generation, marketing, distribution, music rights? Where do you see that kind of potential?
I can see potential everywhere. It means yes, there have been more evolution on the of the imagery, and right now with videos and all this, the audiovisual side. Now with the music, but we could use it as a tool to improve. For example, everything related with data. As a musician, independent musician, that I have, I don't know, X reproductions of my music in different markets, how AI could help me to improve and my audiences, for example, and which, no? I think those are the angles in which AI could be valuable.
How's been the response to the founding the Barcelona Music Tech Hub, and is it members growing, and what are the members saying?
From the beginning, there have been a very good acknowledge, acceptance. All the companies that have started to talk with it say, "Hey, yes, this is good." No?
Nice.
So this is very positive. It's flowing. It's flowing.
As always.
Yes. Right now we are 51 members and counting. There are like 6 or 7 in the pipeline. And we are not only talking about companies here in Barcelona, but also from other cities around Spain. Mm. And also we have one of the founder members of a macro entity called MTE, Music Tech Europe, in which 9 music tech hubs from different countries in Europe have created this in order to connect. No, this is so they create network and connect with all. This is something that is shared with other music tech hubs. There are people from Norway, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Italy, Greece, France, Spain, and Belgium, I said. Mm-hmm. And right now, for example, I have been talking with some guys from Netherlands. I'm helping one of them to create the Music Tech Netherlands. And there is another movement also happening in UK. No? So this is something that is happening. Recently, we learned about Music Tech Japan that has been created. Now we are in conversations with them also. So at the end, music is that. No? The musicians are very friendly in this case, connect each of them. They wanted to play together, jam sessions. This is in the ADM. No? And the point is that you have been here a lot about music tech ecosystem. And I'm saying always, we are not really an ecosystem, because an ecosystem should be in symbiosis. Mm-hmm. And this symbiosis is not happening right now. The ecosystem is behaving in many silos. And the point of this macro entity Music Tech Europe, the guys from other hubs and us, we share the vision to connect all the dots to really become an ecosystem in symbiosis. There's a lot of work to do on that, but this will create more value to the whole and to all the musicians once this could really evolve as an ecosystem.
Nice. So if people that are listening want to reach out to you or want to connect or want to learn more about the Barcelona Music Tech Hub or even the European or global system, where can they find you?
We have a website. It's barcelonamusictech.com. And there is you can connect with us to that. And we are also very active right now in different festivals. We'll be also, we are, for example, Future Music Forum, helping with them for the next edition. We are working with the university. We are making a lot of sessions to connect companies and also to try to give this knowledge to the traditional music business industry. Nice. To try to help to reduce this gap of information. We love that, to share information. We love that. So just use the website.
As always, we talked already about it, but the last question, what is the power of music?
For me, this is a very lovely and profound question, but for me, music is the only real and truly language of peace in the whole universe. Because if we should need to I think that, I don't know, if we should talk with some alien in the future or something, we should connect with him making music, something. With music, you can connect different thinkings, different cultures, as opposites that they could be, but you can connect, in a jam session. This is the example, no? And for me, this is one of their powers, the true peace, only true peace language, universal peace language. The other is all the benefits that we start to see, as the power for healing your soul, healing also your body, what is having called functional music. We are just in the surface of this power. But I think Fela Kuti, I remember he said, music is a weapon, because it has the power to also to connect minds and souls and hearts. And with that, you can really change and transform the society. And I believe in a future, I don't know when, but in which music is a very important part of the global economy.
I'm looking forward to the first alien human jam session.
Super.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening. If you want more information about JM or would like to get involved, visit www.jmi.net, where you can find more information and look for national member organizations. Or go to www.mubazar.com to get an overview of all the amazing opportunities for musicians. It would mean a lot to us if you could give us 1 minute of your time and review and rate this podcast. And in case you have any suggestions, please feel free to reach out to us through the JMI social.